You ready for tomorrow night?
Why?
I'm gonna cry. I cried during the rundown last
pupils
night.
just like got really tiny, like I'm in fear.
Well, let's see if they actually do it right this time.
Yeah, I'm a little salty. His phone's ringing. Go Ron.
Oh, hey, Blah.
Mary, she's a mess. She's quality trash. Like if you've met quality trash, like she's the trash that you'd find in like the fancy part of a city. Because she just hates herself so much sometimes and just spreads the world and just, Mary's just trash, man.
I've been asked to describe Mary Lynn as being a mess. She's not a mess. She's a library delinquent. How many days I get these library letters that are directed toward her, I think eventually they're just going to chase her down like a dog in the street. I think that's what's going to end up happening if she doesn't return the books already. The project's been done for like 3 weeks now. She still has them. I think she stole them.
So in history today, I was like kind of bored, kind of tired. So Hannah's desk is right next to mine, and so is Rochelle's. They sit next to each other. So I just laid on their desks. Just kind of sat there to see how long it would take for Mr. Ali to notice.
I was just gonna say, where was the teacher?
Okay, he was just, he was doing his thing, and then he walked over because the phone was ringing. He just looks at me and he goes, "What?" And I was just like, "It's okay." This is when I got off, and then I got back on so I could film it.
And he was okay with that.
Like he was just like, "What?" And I was like, "No, don't worry about it." He was like, "Get off." I was like, "Okay."
Typical day in the life. I had the pleasure of meeting Mary. She was a member of my Intro to Journalism class last year. We developed a rapport because she was one of my star students in my intro class. Very dependable. However, she does have some fatal flaws. Probably the worst of which is procrastination. She is the master of procrastination. So when I start getting text messages one after the other about ridiculous, nonsensical things, I know for sure that Mary is avoiding her homework. So what will probably happen the next morning is she'll stop in my room and say, "I didn't get this done, I didn't get that done," because she is the master of procrastination.
Yeah, it's easy. I know you're struggling. Circle, line, circle. It's like that.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
And should I get back on the desk?
Actually, yeah. He's wise.
I'm just gonna take a casual nap.
Should I put the long-lasting stuff on or maybe?
Do you think that's a good idea? Look at me in the eye and tell me that's a good idea.
I think it's a fantastic idea.
So you're gonna go to school tomorrow, which is in about 12 hours. Like that.
What's your question? I don't understand. I don't get what you're asking me here.
Let me tell you something about Maryland. I've known her for a really long time, and she just continues to amaze me. Like when she just asked me if it was a good idea to put long-lasting makeup on her face, when she messed it all up. Like what would possess her? And some of the things, man. And I'm telling her something 17 times, and she's still asking me about it. And I love her to pieces. Love her dearly. She's hilarious, but let me tell you.
My mouth is wet now. How would I describe Mary Lynn's emotional state during variety show?
Honey, I think this is beautiful. We should really be looking for a place like this. It would be a fantastic place to raise a family.
Call me crazy, but it's just something about the poorly lit, creepy 13th century Gothic French architecture and, a cadaver that's really unsettling to me.
So when I think of Mary, Mary Lynn, right, a good analogy would be something like, another example of how mess of Mary Lynn can be, I would say something like,
Sun check. Get the straight.
Hollywood.
Jackson, Mississippi.
It's some kind of green guy, but and I saw on 2 pages his hands were like this. No, it's not Robin. He's the enemy.
The Lorax by Dr. Seuss.
That's his enemy right there.
That's kind of scary.
Yeah, like you see the face on the Lorax.
Yes, he looks really shook.
What's one of the silliest things you can remember that you and your sister have done?
Doing silly languages.
Like what?
Like the da-do, da-do, da-do. This is Sarah.
Yeah, she's not introducing herself.
Yeah, you should introduce yourself to Evan.
I'm sorry, James.
And these things are called smarts.
Okay, so my sister's a mess because everything she does just falls apart. Her whole life is just sadness. Like, it's the epitome of failure.
Just a bunch of tires over here.
Yeah, and some gear for some train or something.
Yeah,
And I see a spring. Maybe this spring is part of a monster truck.
maybe.
This is a Hot Wheels set. See that says Hot Wheels?
Yeah. These Hot Wheel cars here? Oh no, these are cars. The one thing I love about Mary is her can-do attitude for everything.
She always makes me laugh. Like, even if I'm having a bad day, she'll just come up and hug me and she'll make me laugh.
Oh, why I love Mary? Because she's just a mess.
What I love most about Mary is that she's dependable and she always gets the job done. I also find it admirable that for a young kid, she is very aware of political, cultural, social injustice issues, and she's not one of those people who will sit around and wait for the world to change. She will be one of those people who changes the world.
So, but overall though, Mary, she's super dedicated. For instance, when she started Variety Show as a freshman, she just wanted to get in, do everything she possibly could, and especially this year as a junior, she was awarded by her peers to be a comedy director, and she did a fantastic job leading the craziest group of children I think I've ever seen in my life. And also in Select Chorus, she makes sure she attends everything, she asks questions. She's a really wonderful person to know, to love, and to have a part of your life. She's great.
What I love about Mary is that she tries to make you feel better. Like, she might fail, but she does try, and that's very considerate of her.
Can you tell me one thing you love about Mary?
That her hair is pretty.
What else?
I like her glasses.
Thank you.
Everything fell out of the tortilla. Oh my god.
All at once. No fear. No, all at once. All in your mouth.
All at once?
All at once.
Okay. Okay.